Welcome back to Turned On with Marissa and Jen.
We'd like to invite you to relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, take a deep breath, and let's have some fun together.
All right, we are on to chapter 3 of Gabby Bernstein's Super Attractor book, and it's all about abundance. And the title is There's More Than Enough to Go Around. I feel like there's definitely a fear most people have with abundance, with there not being enough to go around.
Absolutely.
Everyone kind of has blocks where it has to do with abundance and money flow coming into your life. And in this chapter, she goes through 7 common blocks that most people have. She runs these little entrepreneur classes, and upon going through with everyone, there's these common things that kept popping up, so she put them into the chapter to discuss. But before we go into that, save you a little time, like later after we read this book, like 6 months into it, I found this thing called the Human Design Chart and Gene Keys, and Jen already had her. I was like, Jen, you have to do this Human Design Chart. It's wild. And she's like, oh, I did mine years ago. So getting to the Human Design Chart and Gene Keys, they both take your birth date, time of birth, place of birth, and it's not so much like horoscopy. It's more of your energetic signature that everybody has when they're born onto this earth. Everybody's special, everybody is unique, and this kind of breaks down who you are on paper and where you are now, why things might not be working for you.
It was eye-opening, especially with reading this book. Because like you said, I'd done it years ago. I, read it, kind of put it aside, and then broke it all back out when we were reading this chapter. And wow, it really is eye-opening.
Right.
To see how you react energetically.
Right. And what feels wrong, like, oh, wow, that's always felt wrong. For example,
yes,
Jen and I are both generators. So from the Human Design Chart, it's more of you sit back and things come to you instead of chasing. And for me, chasing has always felt inauthentic to who I am.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't like proving myself. I don't like, they have like the Chamber of Commerce, come and join us and cut your ribbon. I rather drive a stake through my heart than be like, I'm Marissa and you should come to me because I'm awesome. No.
Yes. No.
But what works for me, that works for some people. Some people are great at it. They thrive on interactions with other people. And it's not that I don't, but it's not in the situations where I need to sell myself.
Right.
I can't do that. So me, word of mouth. I allow people spreading, oh my gosh, I have the best facial, girl. I just got this energy work done, and it comes to me when I'm in this state of allowing.
Yes.
And that works better for me than like hardcore promoting or making my face seen. And when I read that, I was like, oh, that's right. That's exactly how my life pretty much works.
Yeah.
Like I put something out there and I wait.
Yes. Yes. And then that's the biggest sign too for me, is to tell when I'm out of alignment, because I will find myself doing the things that I don't feel aligned to do it.
Right.
Forcing, chasing, trying to make something happen.
Right.
And this chapter was so eye-opening for me in that sense, because you think, oh, there's more than enough to go around. Obviously, I know there's more than enough. I mean, internally.
Right. But some people are brought up in households that money is bad.
Right. But there's so much more to abundance than just saying,
Right.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Money's coming.
Money's coming. Yes. It is on its way, and I don't have to force the outcome.
Right.
And that is just, I think for me personally, that is my hardest battle, is just taking my hands off, even though I know that that's where I feel good.
Right.
That's where I know I feel aligned.
Right.
It's also for me my biggest
Well, I think
struggle.
as society in general, they work harder.
Yes.
Work hard.
Hustle.
Work
And if
hard.
you're just sitting around attracting,
Right.
then you almost feel like you're doing something wrong according to society.
Right. And no, like abundance is your birthright.
Right.
And I think that's a very important thing for people to understand. Abundance is your birthright, and everything is trying to come to you. I think I brought this up in the last episode where I felt like you're trying to reach and pull.
Yes.
And if you switch your thinking to just say you're earth and everything's trying to come and there's this pull. And when you start allowing and resetting your brain, it can make a clear way to you.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I've been praying and allowing my miracles. I don't ask for miracles. I say I allow. I am open to receiving my miracles daily.
Yes.
And I know everything is working out to my highest good. So I wake up my eyes to, and I try to keep myself in a positive mindset. And every single time I'm trying to micro control, I'm surrendering.
Yes.
And this morning, my husband was like, do you want some good news? I'm like, hey, yeah. I'm ready for my miracle. Boom. $625 check from Ford.
Wow, way to go.
Now,
Awesome.
The funny thing is, I was like, I just know this month I'm going to have some money pop out of nowhere. That was like my little it just can come because that's the way it works. It can just come. And I emptied out the mailbox yesterday, which I never do. We usually get notes from the mail lady, like, please clean out your mailbox, the mail lady. So I was looking for a package. That's the only reason I was there. And I pulled everything out and I just throw it on my husband's spot on the counter so he could, and I actually saw something from Ford when I was like piddling through it. I was like, well, I don't have my Ford anymore. It's closed. I almost just tossed it in the trash. John goes, I almost didn't open it. He's like, but I was like, this looks like something important. Let me open it for you. And boop. There we go. There I go.
There you go.
So that was the universe working in my favor, gave him a little extra nudge. Now, if I would have been in this space of like anger or just like not the flow state,
Right.
maybe John wouldn't have gotten that nudge. Maybe when I had it in my hand, I would have chucked it in the wastebasket.
Yeah.
I would have never known about it.
Yeah.
Just chucking away my finances.
And that's the thing is when you're forcing things, you do close yourself off to those miracles because that's when you throw things away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll go into the definitions of the gene keys and the human design chart,
Okay.
and then we'll start getting into the blocks.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I had ChatGPT write a little definition of both of these so they're easy to understand. They're both more in-depth, but I think this is a good just quick way to talk about it. So the Gene Keys is a system that shows you how your struggles can transform into your gifts. So the Gene Keys will lay out like, these are the 3 areas or words they'll give you, like if you're working at your highest good. And then if you're not in alignment, it gives you 3 adjectives to describe like, hostility or whatever if you're not in alignment. And you're like, oh my gosh, that's me.
Yeah.
I totally get like that. So like the thing of life is really trying to remember yourself and get back to the center of who you are. And these 2 things really, you're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
In the human design chart, how your energy naturally works and makes decisions best. Stop forcing yourself to operate like everybody else. So what I suggest, the formula that Jen and I use, is you can go on genekeys.com, get all your stuff, it's free. Get your human design chart, take pictures, screenshot both of the charts, put it into whatever type of chat, GBT or whatever you have. If you don't have one, get it. It's not evil. Everything is a tool. It's what you make out of it.
Exactly.
And then you can just take pictures of it and have the chat compare them. And what you'll get, it's just really eye-opening.
It really is.
And having that in the beginning of this book is a game changer. You're
Yes.
really going to get a lot more out of it than us being done with the book and then going back and doing everything 6 to 7 months later.
Yes.
But right here, you're in the vibrational state of being open and being ready for this, so you're welcome.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, there's more than enough to go around. Let's see here. Common fears. You're not good enough. You don't have enough resources to do the big work. You don't know how to do it. Comparison is a big one. All
Yes.
these things are negative. you
Right.
know?
Yeah. There was a lot of them that surprised even me because I was listening to the chapter again and just hearing her say some of the things like, it's not always being jealous of someone. I mean, that is when you see
Right.
people on social media, you're comparing yourself. Oh, well, look at what this person is doing, look where she is in life, and why am I not that far? And all of that just creates this negative outlook and this block to where you're missing the whole point. You're missing all of the good that's right in front of you when you're comparing yourself to what everybody else has around you.
And you won't be able to see the good that you have.
Right.
Actually, when you're saying that, comparison is a big one. But what it is actually a form of judgment, and that weakens your attracting power. And you're going to attract more of the bad feeling,
Right.
more of the lack, more of the, oh, look at her in her new car. Like, oh, when am I going to be able to get that? Or,
right.
You know. Instead, you should immediately put yourself, and this is something I'm probably going to repeat a lot through the episode, put yourself in the feeling of having that.
Yes.
Sit in that feeling. And that is going to get you there faster.
Yes. And I also made a note to take these as actual evidence that what you desire is possible. So when you see somebody in the relationship that you wish you were in, or in the home that you wish you were in, look at that as, wow, look at what she did. I can do that to her. He did. I can do that too. I can make this possible. It's coming to me. It's for me. It is my birthright too. And I think that you know, that's important to do, especially every time you're on social media and you're scrolling. It's so easy to get wrapped up in looking at what everybody else is doing, having, seeing, saying, traveling, whatever.
Right. It's a negative space if that's the space that you're in.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
And I have to say, like, once you change your vibration, your feelings, you're going to start seeing that your algorithm changes too.
Yes. Very true.
There's another thing that really got me was showing up for your dreams takes guts. And that can also bring out a lot of fear.
Yes, it does.
Like doing the podcast, you know, like I'm like, you know, I'm about to talk about some weird shit. What about if my son gets excluded at school because of it? Like, you know, look at AJ's mom is into a bunch of woo, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, I have a book coming out, and then the fear can get in. And that, again, is just your ego trying to keep you in your box that is safe and that has food in the refrigerator, and it doesn't want you to step out. You have to step out.
You have to step out. You have
Even
to.
if it's just, you love making sourdough. Make some sourdough. Maybe there's someone else in your area making sourdough, but you're different. You have your own signature and your own twist to it. There's more than enough sourdough to go around.
Yes. And she says that over and over in the book too. You know, there's so many times where you're thinking, oh, well, there's already so much of that and so much of this. And, you know, over the weekend I graduated hypnotherapy school.
Congratulations.
So, yay. And I have to say, I had a little bit of a moment. I'm like, wow, there's so many people doing hypnotherapy, and, you know, what if I'm not as good? I let all of that get in my head for a minute, and I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. No, that is not why I'm here. That is not what I'm doing.
Right.
And it brought me right back to being authentically me, because really, that's what the world needs. The world needs authentically you, exactly as you are. You have what you need to offer the world already. You just have to let that fear, put the fear aside, step out with what you know is in alignment in your heart, and go after your dream and go after your thing.
Yep. And also, like the 2 chapters before this, and as we keep growing into this book, you're going to start feeling safer into who you are, and your layers are going to start coming out. You might have no idea what your highest excitement is right now, or what your passion is, but you have it and it's in there. And sometimes you can restructure your life to not changing, but your mind has changed and your whole life has changed.
Yes.
You know, like I really got into a spot where I've been doing facials for 20 years, and I was like, this is all I have. Like, I don't have any other education. Like, I felt stuck, and I enjoyed, you know, doing this to my clients, but I definitely got like a little robotic from it. And then because my mind shifted and my beliefs shifted, my joy came back into it. And I work for myself, so I bring in new equipment, new tools. It's just not for them. It's for me too, to get excited. And I'm able to, when people come to me, it's for them to feel better. And one of my things I love to do that is my continuing pattern, I like to make people feel better.
Yes.
And I think that is because I've come from a place where I felt so terrible for so long. For me to care for someone else, and again with this podcast, knowing the rotten feeling I had inside and super low self-worth. And it was this time last year where I started reading this book. And to be where I am now, I want everyone to be able to feel like that.
Yes.
And some people naturally are. And they can still benefit, have a little better toolkit. But there's a lot of people out there. We've all had a lot of trauma and a lot of struggles. And we want you to be able to know that your struggles turn into your strengths.
Yes, absolutely. That was one of the strongest points in my Gene Key, was that my struggles are what is bringing me to my true potential. And it's through the struggles. And so just reading that and just seeing that and realizing through my whole life, through every struggle, how far I have come from each struggle to who I am now. It's just, it's amazing. And where would I be if I didn't have those struggles? You have to walk through them. Having all of this knowledge doesn't change the fact that you're going to walk through struggles. It changes how you walk through those struggles. And that is the important part.
Yep. And then as you keep going up, you'll go through a struggle and you'll feel like you went down, but you're not here anymore.
No.
You've come up. So every time you go down, it's a lesson, and you're going to learn that's a lesson. And then you look at it as joy. What is it teaching me?
Yes.
And a lot of the times the lesson is, oh, I really don't like that feeling.
Right.
How am I going to reroute so I'm not in that space anymore?
Yes. Yep.
All right.
All right. So should we read through the blocks and then kind of talk about them?
Go over block number 1.
Okay. So block number 1 is believing in lack. So let's see. All of your efforts to be seen keeps you living in the shadows, denying the light of who you truly are. That was the part that I highlighted under that one.
I have, you can try to prove you're enough. When you're trying to prove you're enough, your system goes into effort and flow shuts off.
Yeah.
Proving. Another example, when I used to work at a plastic surgeon's office, a big medical spa, and a part of that is consultations. Every cell in my body was against consultations because, again, it's the song and the dance. Now, I worked with some people, they love consultations. They are pressure salespeople, and that was authentic to them. And I realized that at a very young age. I was in med spas and stuff in my early 20s, like with older ladies, and I had to fight in there. But I was like, wow, I could say the same exact thing I watched my coworker say, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Because you're not passionate about it.
That's not me. That doesn't work for me. So performing doesn't work. Doing a consultation and me having to say, yes, you should really get this done, and I'm so awesome, and I have this experience, and it's just fake to me. Where my strength is, I'm a genius. I'm very safe with my parameters. This will work if you show up for yourself. And then I'd kind of just stare at them. And even now, like if someone wants a consultation, I was like, you can send me a picture of your face and I'll tell you what you want. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking up my time doing something that doesn't serve me because it's going to take me further away from my true path.
Right. Love it. I love that.
But it's paying attention to your gut.
Yeah.
Think about it.
And your feelings. It's going all back to feeling the joy.
Right.
And chasing the joy.
Right.
Because, and I know that that's hard. Trust me, I understand that sometimes it feels like you can't find that joy all the time. And we're not sitting here living in rainbows and fairy tales all the time. That's not the reality of life. But the reality is when you go after what gives you that true joy, what makes you feel inside that passion, then everything will come together. It will work out better than you can possibly ever imagine.
The moment you try to prove your worth, you have already left it. Don't speak less. That's something that has really come to me is not over explaining myself. Sit in the silence, say what you know, and let it be.
Yes.
Let it be. Let your words have more power that way. Don't try to over explain yourself in a social situation, at work. Find your truth. And if you're not happy at work, go make a new resume and go on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to allow yourself into that future. And again, the fastest way, besides all these blocks we're going to go through, sit in what that feels like. What is your dream? It's safe to dream, and it's important to dream.
Yes, it's so important to dream.
The universe is constantly listening and communicating. God, universe, again, whatever you want to call it. What are they going to give you if you're not calling out to something?
Right.
Your life is a mirror. So what do you want to see? You think about your home, what you want that feeling to feel like when you walk into your home. Or say there's someone wonderful and abundant in your life that you know. What would that feel like? What does it feel like? I've been doing this every night for a long time now.
Me too.
Going to sleep and feeling like, what does it feel like to have no financial stress? None. None. What does that feel like? And when you have that feeling, you are putting out a signal to reattract that life that matches that feeling.
Yes.
You're not going to get there if you're feeling like shit and you're on scrolling and you're worrying about the doomsday that's going to come. If you're worrying about it and thinking about it, you're inviting it.
Yes.
So shut your brain off. Do a little surrender prayer
Yes.
and move on. Block 2. There's not enough to go around. If your body thinks resources are limited, it will grip instead of receive. That's just basically saying. Scarcity equals nervous system competition / survival. So you're in a job market. There's no jobs available. There's no jobs available. There's nothing. You have to be careful about what you're saying.
Yeah, right. You have to.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and constantly
that's
going.
what's going to happen.
Yeah, constantly with.
I can't find a job. There's no jobs.
I'm not qualified for anything. I don't know how to do anything. I hear that too, and it's you're telling yourself exactly how you feel and what you think.
Yes, there's no jobs.
You're not going to find a job, and you're not going to be qualified for anything because that's the truth that you keep telling yourself over and over again.
But you're telling that out there in the quantum field, which is scientific. The quantum field exists.
Right.
And it's listening, and it's woven through everything. So what you need to reroute and tell yourself, the right job is coming towards me.
Right.
Visualize that correct job for you. What does it feel like? Do you need to make a move? Can you move somewhere? But putting yourself in the state of allowing and surrendering is going to work in your favor.
Yes.
Every single time I surrender and let it go, I am blessed. I have situations like people don't know what goes like behind the work in my spot. When I get cancellations, someone cancels on me, okay, no problem. They don't know if I had 3 more cancellations for that same day. And now that's how I make my money right now.
Yeah.
So that can be very fearsome.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. But what I do is I sit back and go, I have clients coming out of the woodwork. Everyone is talking about how wonderful I am because truly in my heart, I give 100% to all my clients. I mean well, and all that's going to do is attract more people to me because it's a pure intention.
That's right.
And every single time, I'll reach out to people that are on a, waiting list that I have or whatever, but every time I redirect, I'm going to go look at the butterflies and drink some water. Oh, look at that. I had 5 clients that somehow got lost over the years that came back onto my schedule this month.
Yes.
Just because I was like, I'm going to go look at butterflies.
Yeah. And it's not just every once in a while. It's every time you learn to realign. Mm-hmm. That is how the universe answers back.
And you'll see the magic in this book. It's not even magic. This is how things work.
Right.
You're going to realize wow, that happened really fast. And you're going to start seeing these synchronicities and these little signs and wow, God is talking back. God is with me. I'm protected and taken care of because you are.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Block number 3, comparing ourselves to others.
Yeah.
I know this is something we all do it. It's hard not to until you start to catch yourself, and you catch yourself over and over. Go, wait a minute. I am comparing myself, even when you don't notice it. That was a reality for me. I had to notice it, and it wasn't comparing in a bad way or anything like that, but I still was comparing myself. And whether you're meaning it maliciously or meaning it nicely, you're still doing it, and it's still throwing up those walls going, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't have whatever it is, And again.
And some of those people are in that state where everything works out for me.
Yes.
I have some clients I love when they come in because they don't have any fear-based thinking. They're just like, I had a client tell me once, and this is just how her life works. It's just how it works. I just tired of my Land Rover, and I really want a white Escalade with trim, and this is so crazy. I was at the Mall of Millennia getting lunch, and I got a call from the Cadillac dealership right next door that they had my exact thing, and and my husband said, go pick it up.
Oh, I love that story. Yes.
But that she doesn't have any other way of thinking besides everything is working out perfectly for me.
Right.
And it does.
It does.
It does.
Mm-hmm. How many times, not that big, but I've been driving and I'm going, you know what, everything works out. I will find a spot right up front when it's raining. Every single time. And my friends laugh at me because I will say that every time. And it's little, but I pull into a parking lot and I'm like, it's okay, we're going to get an up front spot every time. And every single time right there up front. It's like clockwork.
Yeah. We sing to the parking space angel. I'm not going to sing the song for you. Maybe another day. But KJ sings it now too.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
So I want to bring up comparison. There's this really great story from Michael Phelps, and there's a picture. I don't know if it was the last Olympics. It was the 2016 Olympics because I just had KJ. And Michael was just killing it. And then he had this adversary from Australia. I forgot his name. And he was out to get Phelps. And there is this picture of Michael like coming out of the water, doing the Phelps thing. And he is looking straight ahead. The guy in the lane next to him was his Australian rivalry. And he is looking at Michael. And Michael is looking straight.
Focused.
He's in his lane. And what happened? Michael freaking won.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about he was right on his tail. And if maybe that guy would have just focused on his lane, he could have beat him. But he was so worried about beating him and being in the lack and I have to do this, that he didn't win again.
I love that story.
Fall in love with your lane.
Yes.
Put seeds into your lane. Stop worrying about everybody else. Yes. What do you like? And then when you are focusing on what you like and what you do, and I like this, I don't like that, and that's okay, your tribe is going to come too.
Yes. And that's so important because that's the attraction that you're talking about, that we've been talking about in the beginning of the book and everything.
And some of the people I've got a lot going on. I have a children's book being printed. I'm doing a podcast. I own a business. When I'm sitting with people, I feel like I don't want to talk about, you don't want to share everything that you're doing.
No.
You don't.
No, you don't.
I've been very quiet about a lot of things just because people don't have the best intentions. Even if they don't mean it, that's putting an energy towards you.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we should start a Facebook group where people can put their hopes and dreams and what they're doing. We're just
That's
like,
a great idea. Yes. Yes.
Because sometimes you just don't have that support.
Yeah.
You might love your family, but they might be like the 5th generation of negative Nellies.
Right.
You say your dream out loud and they want to.
Yeah. And that gets hard. It gets hard when everybody around you, it's hard to stay in the belief and the focus when everybody around you is calling you crazy and telling you, wait a minute, you're supposed to be doing hustling and grinding and forcing and because sitting back and attracting, people don't understand that. A lot of times it's seen as lazy instead of work. But if anybody that's sitting in that energy and anybody that's done that and anybody that sits back and understands the attraction energy, I'm getting chills right now because that everything that is meant for you is coming for you when you just take your hands off and let go.
Good wants to find you.
Yes, it's coming for you. It's there. It's already there. It's not coming for you. It's already yours. Right. You just have to align with it.
And once you start making these, like, you might be in a little bit of a negative space right now. You might have someone at work you don't like, and like, oh, she always like, well, you're a part of the problem too.
Yeah.
So stop thinking negative towards them. Start thinking positive towards yourself, and push out the bullshit.
I read this one book, and I don't have any of the references. I don't remember who wrote it or anything, but I was just reading a little insert, and I can't remember. I think it was Neville Goddard that said every time that you have something negative, say 3 positive things about it. So my car broke down. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that I had the tow truck to come get me. I'm glad that I
just saw that
somebody
too.
to call. I'm glad that I had, you know, 3 things that are good to every negative thing, and that works.
It was some like, did I send it to you in a reel?
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't think so.
Because I saw the same thing, and it was like a billionaire mindset.
Yes, that's it. Yes. Okay.
It was literally like, my lunch got stolen. How lucky am I that I had the money that I had my lunch? How lucky am I that I have a car or I have availability to go get more food?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that really works. That is a tool. Keep it in your toolbox. Use it. I use it every day. Every time something negative happens, I replace it with 3 quick things that are positive.
It happens.
And it turns your mind right around.
Yes. And when you start doing all these things, I had someone read an audio book of this book. I don't recommend doing the audio version of this book. I recommend reading it.
This one? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've done both, but
I don't.
This is one you want to highlight.
I feel like, after you've read it, if you want to on Audible just for some like upbeat, reinstating the lessons. But she's like, it was so repetitive. Yeah. She just kept repeating myself, and I was like, well, yeah. And I said, maybe you didn't have that many lessons to learn from it. But then going back to like thinking about little kids in school, what do? You repeat. Right. Repeat. Red is R-E-D. Red is R-E-D. Red is R-E-D. So it gets into your brain.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of repetitive lessons in here, but it's because we are changing your neural pathways and how your brain receives things and how you're admitting yourself into life. Right. So take it as like, you're back in school. We're back in school to super attract and co-create your life that you want.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4.
The need to win at the expense of having fun. Ooh, I was guilty of this one for a long time. Doing real estate. Mm-hmm. This one took over my life for a while, because when you're in real estate, you got to get that next deal or you don't eat. So, I mean, business owners, everyone that owns their own business understands that. But how many times did I miss birthday parties or something because I had a deal that I had to show? And every single time that I ever did that, every time that I gave up what I really wanted to do to go do a job thing, the deal never worked out. I look back at that and I was like, wow, every time I gave up something for my kids or family or whatever, something I truly wanted to do, and went ahead and opened the door or, helped somebody else in a sense, or worked when I probably shouldn't have, every single time it fell through. And I would look at myself and just think, wow, you did it again. Why did you do that? It's a learning lesson. Right. You have to learn. But this one, it's hard to get caught up in that because, again, going back to the world, the way the world expects, you're supposed to be on call. You're supposed to be there to answer. You got to respond. You got to work. You got to get that money. And it's just like, no. Right. No, you get in that spiral and you have to stop, back away, realize what you're doing, and understand that having fun is what's going to really truly bring you to the place you want to be.
Right. And having fun competition is one thing. Like if you love pickleball or, playing board games, or you can have competition, you should be in competition with yourself.
Right.
What can I do better than last week? How can I show up better today? But if you're putting your emotions and value over whether you won or not, you're not in the right space.
No.
Gabby talks about she was at a conference and there was like some sort of award for being whatever, and Gabby was just being Gabby and like la la la, like letting it flow. And she got a phone call from one of her friends that were there. She's like, I'm really competitive and I'm pissed off that you won. And it was because Gabby was in the state of like, I'm just me and I'm just awesome and and it just worked out that she won. And that's how easy it is.
Yes, it really is. That's when it flows.
When I started my business in this little small town, I kind of had the market cornered where I was the only advanced aesthetic person here. Really one of the only facial people. Now, they're on every corner. They're in every corner, and I don't pay attention. I don't go on their fucking pages. I don't go, what are they doing? I don't care if a client leaves and goes there. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I know that I am obsessively and competitively doing things for myself and my clients to elevate and elevate and elevate. And there's how many 30, 40, 50,000 people living here. Like how many, I'm already booked out the wazoo. Like how many people do I need?
Yeah.
You know, like I am taken care of.
Yes.
And you're taken care of. I'm taken care of. I'm taken care of. It's wonderful. People that match me are going to come in and, you know, some people I don't like can go float away.
Yes. You work with who you want to work with. Yeah. You find your...
Stay in your lane and make it blossom and beautiful. Like who cares what everyone else is doing? That is great for them. Don't try to copy something that is inauthentic to you. Now, if you find, you know, that is a way to have success is to find a blueprint and follow it.
Right.
And you might have something you're following some blueprint, you know, like say garage door openers. You know, that's a pretty like standard business, but you might have some like little swagger you want to add into it and you get more popular or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's you being authentically you, whatever it is will blossom, will just bloom for you because you're being authentically yourself. Mm-hmm. Number 5 is fearing rejection.
Mm-hmm. It is not rejection, it's protection.
Yes.
Do you have any examples of like that happening in your life?
Oh, I have so many. So many on this one. But it's just in the last couple years that I've actually seen it as protection and not. I've always viewed it as, oh, that person didn't want to be with me, or, oh, that job just, you know, I didn't do well in it, whatever it was. And sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But so let me think of one example. I had one. I was working, I had just gotten my mortgage license and I was working at a mortgage company and I knew I could do the job. I, you know, was already in real estate and I was doing it. Things got a little bit crazy and I knew I could handle the job, but my boss was just not somebody that I worked well with. But I had just gotten this license. I just put all this money into it. And I'm like, I have to make this work. I have to. And I was pushing. I was trying. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was a day when I was like, okay, this isn't it. And I just quit on the spot. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay, I just crumbled everything that I just worked so hard for because I built this up. This was my in. This was who was going to help me. And now all of it's just a mess. And do you know, within a couple of days, I just released it. I was like, you know what? If this is meant to be, it'll happen. If it's not, it won't. Within 2 days, I'm with this company, and the company, there is nothing in the world that would ever take me away from this company. That's how good this company is. Mm-hmm. And I would have never seen that had I stayed in the position of struggling and thinking that first company was my only way to build up and to get better. Mm-hmm. And then I have now a mortgage family who I adore, who I love, who supports me. And like I said, I would be with till the end.
Yeah. And then again, like looking like job wise, like, oh, I didn't get that job. Oh, it's not rejection, it's protection. And you can change that in your head to, ooh, there's a better position and a better job family out there that's coming to me. But you have to think that and allow it.
You do. You have to think it. You have to allow it. Mm-hmm. And you have to not hold on so tight to what you do have. Everything in this world is temporary. I mean, everything in this world is temporary. And when you hold on so tight, scared to let go of anything, you're putting your trust in yourself and you're taking your trust away from God and the universe. And that never works well. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work well when you're trying to do it in your own strength.
Yeah.
So.
And then also, like if you say you did go on a job interview and that was it, you knew it. You're like, no, that met all my checks. And they said no. go give it another try. Be like, no, I'm the one. Speak your, like, fight for it too.
Right.
You know, like, there's a story from Barbara Cochran about the Shark Tank, and I guess they originally didn't want her, and she wanted it. She's like, no. And she wrote them an email or called them and be like, hey. And look, she's one of the most popular sharks on the show.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's being like, no, I'm the right one.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You know, and it worked out in everyone's favor.
Yeah.
But again, she's someone that, she's actually my husband's aunt, but she's just a wonderful person, an example of law of attraction and mindset and manifesting. She often talks about when she was a child that she was dyslexic and they just wrote her off as dumb. Mm-hmm. And she said, what a blessing, because I got to dream.
Wow.
She daydreamed. And like what I said before, thinking about your future, picturing what you want. Look at that. She literally came from a family of 10, didn't have a lot of money. She's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Because the Cochrans are very good at knowing they're very good. And it
That's
just
awesome.
attracts that. They're all super successful, and that is their life. They know it.
And that's their mindset. Mm-hmm. Their mindset reflects, or their life reflects their mindset.
And then once you start, like I'm a very big into patterns and recognizing things. And whether it's Gabby or Joe Dispenza or Neville Goddard or all these people, there is a common pattern.
Yes.
Put yourself in the state or the feeling.
Yes.
Match the vibrations. Feel joy. Have fun. It's over and over and over and over again. And she's going to say it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Try it.
Try it.
It's scary.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what.
But what do you got to lose? You're going to feel better either way.
Especially
so
me,
what
when
do
I
you
was all
got to lose?
miserable in my life. Like, I'm like, what the fuck else do I have to?
Right.
Cursed again. You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right. Let's see. We're on number 5.
Block 6.
Oh, I lost my page.
Block 6. Need more mentality. It's never enough, even when you get what you want. Is pure dysregulation. So, example, getting your dream car.
Yep.
Once I get that, I'll be happy. Once I get there, once I have this, once I have that bag, once I have this, once I'm engaged, you're chasing and chasing and chasing because you feel the joy and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's not good enough.
No. And that just tells me, for me personally right there, that you're putting your joy into things, into what I have in the moment. So stop doing that. Nothing holds your joy but you. You hold the keys to your joy. And I dealt with this too. The need more mentality. I would accomplish something and then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, that's great, but that's not good enough. I need this now, or I need to accomplish this. I need to go after this. And again, you start just chasing instead of attracting, instead of allowing, instead of receiving the way it's supposed to be, the way you're just supposed to sit back and just have faith instead of out there grinding and struggling. See, this chapter really hit me hard because I was the one in the mentality of I have to work harder, strive more just to be able to get to where I want to be. So this chapter, I think, spoke to me more, even as many times as I've read it. I think I've probably read this chapter at least 3, 4, maybe even 5 times by now. And every single time I read it, I'm just like, oh, thank you for these reminders, because this is something that I have to be reminded of.
Yep, and she shares something from A Course in Miracles. The people who have achieved the most on earth have achieved a fraction of what all of us are capable of. Whatever you've done, either great or small, it is tiny compared to the potential that still lies within you. You're limitless.
Yeah, I know.
Start dreaming. It's really important. And having fun along the way, having your faith and having fun and laughing at the silly things.
Yes.
And the hard things, because you can find a humor in a lesson real quick, and there is a repeating loop, a repeating cycle that's going on for your life. You're not learning your lesson. Like Jen and I said earlier in the first episode, I don't believe in the universe sending you lessons. Oh, I got a hard redirect because no, you're just not learning.
Right.
So you're stuck in the cycle. As soon as you come out with a different way of reaction or speaking to the situation a different way, it's going to change.
Yes.
We could be done with that chapter.
Right.
I'm not reacting to that like that again.
Right. I also wrote down, abundance begins when I can say I am grateful here and I'm still open to more. That is a freeing place to be. To when you can just be truly happy for exactly what you have, everything you want. You can dream and still know that but hold the dreams loosely. Definitely vision, definitely feel those feelings, but hold on to it loosely because something even bigger might show up. And again, that's not a block, that is redirection.
Yep. And sometimes, like, just if you think you haven't achieved enough where you're supposed to be, think about where you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago,
1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Wow. If I think about where I was just 1 year ago today, tears flow because I get so beyond grateful to where God has brought me just in the last year.
And if you've digressed and gone down and you're like, I'm not in a better place, well, it's time to look in the mirror and figure yourself out. And you're here listening to this podcast for a reason, because there's messages here for you, and let's redirect your life.
Yeah.
No one can do that but you.
No one can do that except for yourself. You have to do it for yourself.
People can't love you enough to change.
No.
Everything starts with inside, and everything starts with, if you have blocks where, you grew up in a very poor household. I grew up with a single mom living in a 1-bedroom apartment in Queens. My mom slept in a mattress on the living room floor, gave me the bedroom until I was 9 years old. We lived in Queens, and we didn't move to Long Island to a 2-family house till I was in 3rd or 4th grade. And then we moved into an upper middle class white area. All the parents were married. Everyone had a house, and I lived in a 2-family house. I lived in an apartment. So I always had that outsider, but also there was something in me. My mom made really good money. She worked 3 days a week as a hairdresser. And I went on vacations. A lot of my people I knew didn't go on vacations. I was flying to Florida 3 times a year. And even though I should have had, I felt different. That, I never had a backyard. I never had my own backyard. And the people, downstairs apartment from us, they were in the backyard. But I always felt like an outsider, going in it, that it wasn't really mine. And, that stuck with me. And there was just something in me that I was always well, it's only because I just have a mom, but she makes as much as their dads. If I had a mom and a dad, then things would be different. But I always had good clothes. I had the Jenko jeans, and there's people that didn't have them, but I don't know. I guess I do like nice things, and that's okay.
Yes, that is okay.
That's okay. It's not, don't punish yourself for I like some luxury bags. I like them. That's okay. But it's the feeling behind that.
Right.
Do I want it because to make other people feel bad? Do I want it to fit in? No, I like it because I like luxury.
Right.
I like luxury. I like nice things.
I do too.
I like pretty champagne, and yes. I like glittery things.
Yes.
That's what I like.
Designer bags
and deserve
shoes. Yes.
I deserve it. You deserve it. There's nothing separating me from you.
No.
Besides what you want.
Exactly. If you want it, there's a reason why that desire's in your heart.
Maybe you're an exotic plant girl, and you're I don't care about the freaking bag. I want expensive seeds for my garden. There you go. There's your luxury.
Yeah. Or you're a car person and you care about the car.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum.
All right. Are we on number 7?
Yep. Block number 7, the fear of being judged. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's when you go back into having a core of knowing who you are and not caring.
Right. Yeah. This, I think, I think I reached a place in my life all of a sudden where you're just you know what? All of a sudden, everybody's opinion is not doesn't matter as much. And that is so freeing. Wow. Oh my goodness. But then you still notice these little creep ups. Well, what about when I do the video and I play with my hair too much, or I do this, or all of that are little things that are telling you, hey, your ego is taking over. Your ego is saying you're comparing yourself. All these little tidbits. I know I keep throwing out little things here and there.
So what
but
I like, that she put in there is talking about the fear of being judged. She's talking about some of the people that she has in her students in her class. They tell me that their family and friends don't believe in their career paths or dreams. My response is, the only reason they don't believe in it is because you still don't. I help them to see how their lack mentality and disbelief are being mirrored back to them by others. Our vibes attract our tribes, and we talked about that. If you're not believing in it and you're saying, like, I want to start my sourdough business, but you have fear and you're looking for someone to be like, yeah, you should do it, it's probably not going to happen. Right. I mean, it could. Like, you come to me, I'm like,
yeah,
go, do it. Make gourmet sprinkles and sell them on Amazon, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, especially in family situations, and we all know families can be toxic. Some people have rainbow and butterfly families. Some people don't. And it doesn't come from maliciousness most of the time. It comes from people's fear that if you grow, you're going to leave them behind.
Yes.
And they don't know that then by putting a little negative SWAT on it, that's what they could be doing. My husband and son, for example, and I actively caught myself doing this. I didn't mean it. They're starting a little outdoor YouTube channel. And I was making these little comments about what about okay, but we're going fishing and together on a boat for a charter, and I understand that would be good content, but that's going to take away from the family time. But that's also great content. But my fear is that but it's going to be a production. And then also they're doing something together and I'm not in it.
Yeah.
I'm being left out. I don't like it, you know? But I'm like, of course not. They love me so much and this is wonderful for them. And, it's just, I wasn't doing it because I'm not excited and supportive of them.
No.
It was for my own fear,
Right.
That's all.
Right.
But because I've read this and I'm a super genius, I've realized
Yes.
what exactly I'm doing. And I'm like, they love you, and leaving you behind to go live in the woods.
Yes. Yeah.
What else? Lack, doubt, comparison, and insecurities stand in the way of attacking our desires. But there is a way through each of these blocks. Now you have a greater understanding of each block. I'm going to break down the methods for change. This is the fun part, and I'm excited to share these methods with you. She is just going through the universal abundance method and to protect your desires and staying in alignment. It's a long chapter.
It is. There's a lot in here.
There's a
little, do you want to read this from Abraham Hicks?
Go for it.
This is a universe of diversity, and diversity means plenty to go around, and source energy will answer everyone. And it's only in your shortage consciousness where you believe that there is a finite amount of resources that you're squabbling over. The resources that you're reaching for are infinite, and your ability to achieve a desire for something means that the universe has the ability to deliver it to you with no exceptions.
I like this too. When we're going to, do something, anything that brings you joy. Again, we're getting repetitive here.
Right.
Turn on the faucet. Start to keep track of each time you successfully shift back from fear to love. And as you add up the miracle moments, you build momentum. Count the good stuff, and you're going to start. I only talked about the brain stuff, but you're going to start looking for the good and looking for what went right instead of what went wrong.
Right. And again, she shared a story with a friend who was so excited to start a workshop. And she sent out all these invitations, and she thought all these people were going to come to the workshop, so she got all set up and ready and excited, and one person showed up. And when she went to go talk to that person, because obviously it was the only person there. She wasn't going to leave. That person didn't even know why
No.
what she
She's
was
like, did
there.
you sign up for my workshop? She's like, no, but tell me about it.
Yeah.
And she told her about it, and she's like, okay. And so she had one person.
Yeah.
And she was like disappointed and upset, but she's like, whatever. I got one person, and she kept going, and she made her little branch of like coaching or whatever it is. I think she was inspired by Gabby as well.
Yes. Well,
Right?
she was taught. She was
Yeah.
one of Gabby's students.
Yeah.
And she ended up helping this woman. This woman, it was exactly what she needed at the right time. And she listened to the workshop. And so that's when I say don't hold on to the outcome. That's exactly the reason why. Because sometimes things don't show up the way we expect them to show up. Sometimes we don't get a check in the mail when we need the check in the mail. But I guarantee you the money's coming from somewhere. It's coming because it's your birthright. You just have to let go.
And that's a perfect example of it's not rejection, it's protection.
Yes.
Maybe she wasn't ready to lead a group of people.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe there wasn't 15 people that were in alignment with that. That one person was, and then you can work out the kinks. Like it was meant to be.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and that's pretty much.
So I wrote one closing affirmation that I just really liked, and I repeat this to myself too. I bless what others have. I trust what is meant for me. There is room for me, and there is more than enough.
There's more than enough. Mm-hmm.
And I say that to myself every time that I get into any type of trying to control something, trying to hold on tighter. I just remind myself.
Yes. And then I will add in one more thing. There was something I saw this week that I felt like it was meant to share. It's also by Neville Goddard. And if you don't know who he is, this is your cue. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yes.
He was leading a workshop, and they were on their last day of the week. It was a 2-week workshop. And he told everybody to visualize at night climbing a ladder. But when they were visualizing climbing a ladder, say, I'm not going to climb a ladder. And this is how we're talking about how your subconscious and your conscious mind works, but your subconscious mind is the one that's connected to the quantum field, and it makes things happen. So visualizing yourself, feeling yourself climbing a ladder. And he goes, now, if no one climbs a ladder before I see you next, don't come back. Every single person returned the next week because they found themselves on a stepping stool on some sort of ladder. It happened. And that shows you exactly what I've been saying. Put yourself in the state.
Yes.
Even if you get, discombobulated with all the stuff that you just heard or you're reading the book, sit there and put yourself in the feeling and of the state of what it feels like when everything is working out. Think, oh my gosh, this is what I want my house to look like. And then don't differ. Just do that multiple times a day. If you're sitting in that state that you want to be in and you want your life to be in, or you just have an example of someone that you look up to or has that sort of life, what does that feel like? Visualize it. Sit in that before you go to bed and watch things start happening.
Yeah.
Because they do.
Yes,
Fast.
it's true. Set the intention. I do that every morning and every night. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. I don't care what I'm doing. And sometimes it's laying in bed before I get up. But 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. I'm visualizing how I want to feel, what I need in my life, or not necessarily need, but where I want my life to be.
Right. And then remember not to feel needy when you're doing it. Practice in your body feeling the safety, the allowing, and it happens.
It does.
And just rest and have fun
Yes.
and shake your butt and sit in the sunshine and look at butterflies and watch everything start working out. And start asking yourself those questions. What do I want?
Yes. What do you truly want?
What do you want? That's your homework.
Yes.
Thanks for joining again for chapter 3. I hope money falls from the sky. That's also something that I do. I literally walk around and I visualize $100 bills floating around my head. Let's try that too. You might get a check from Ford. Have a great week, everyone. Yes. We are so blessed for you to watch us and grow.
Yes.
So have a
Thank
great one.
you. We
Bye-bye.
love you. Bye.